It is more difficult to rule yourself than to rule a city. The successful among us delay gratification. The successful among us bargain with the future. It is a luxury to pursue what makes you happy, but it is a moral obligation to pursue what you find meaningful. You're not perfect the way you are. You could be better. If you betray yourself, if you say untrue things, if you act out a lie, you weaken your character. Beauty shames the ugly, strength shames the weak, death shames the living, and the ideal shames us all. You should never sacrifice what you could be for what you are. No one gets away with anything, ever. So take responsibility for your own life. If you have a friend whose friendship you wouldn't recommend to your sister or your father or your son, why would you have such a friend for yourself? Only make friends with people who want the best for you. To have meaning in your life is better than to have what you want, because you may not know what you want or truly need. You are going to pay a price for every bloody thing you do and everything you don't do. You don't get to choose not to pay a price. You get to choose which poison you are going to take. That's it. The purpose of life, as far as I can tell, is to find a mode of being that's so meaningful that the fact that life is suffering is no longer relevant. Adopt responsibility for your own well-being. Try to put your family together. Try to serve your community. Try to seek for eternal truth. That's the sort of thing that can ground you in your life enough so that you can withstand the difficulty of life. Read something written by someone great. Remember that what you do not know is more important than what you already know. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. In order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. If you are talking to a man who wouldn't fight you under any circumstance whatsoever, then you are talking to someone for whom you have absolutely no respect. Power is competence. If you are going to be successful, you need to be smart, conscientious, and tough. You must determine where you're going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. People have the capacity within them to set the world straight. Accept the terrible responsibility of life with your eyes wide open. The way that you make people resilient is by voluntarily exposing them to things that they are afraid of. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden you can bear and bearing it. You must determine where you're going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. It will instead frustrate and disappoint you and make you anxious and unhappy. To stand up straight with your shoulders back is to accept the terrible responsibility of life with your eyes wide open. It means deciding to voluntarily transform the chaos of potential into the realities of habitable order. If you are not willing to be a fool, you cannot be a master. If you fulfill your obligations every day, you don't need to worry about the future. Don't lie about anything, ever. Lying leads to hell. Life is tragic. You're tiny and flawed and ignorant and weak, and everything else is huge, complex, and overwhelming. If you don't stand your ground, And all that happens is people push you backwards. When you dare aspire upwards, you reveal the inadequacy of the present and the promise of the future. Then you disturb others in the depths of their souls, where they understand that their cynicism and immobility are unjustifiable. You play Abel to their Cain. The masculine spirit is under assault. It's obvious. I don't tell people you're okay the way you are. That's not the right story. The right story is you're way less than you could be. Order is not enough. You can't just be stable and secure and unchanging, because there are still vital and important new things to be learned. What you aim at determines what you see. Treat yourself like you would someone you're responsible for helping. Do what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Always assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. The more you open yourself up to the possibility that good things will happen, the higher the probability that good things will in fact happen. When you have something to say, silence is a lie, and tyranny feeds on lies. The secret to your existence is right in front of you. It manifests itself as all those things you know you should do, but are avoiding. You are by no means only what you already know. You are also all that which you could know, if you would. You should never give up the better that resides within you for the security you already have. In paradise, everyone speaks the truth. That is what makes it paradise. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. If people are not listening to you, stop talking to them. Don't hide baby monsters under the carpet. They will flourish. They will grow large in the dark. Then when you least expect it, they will jump out and devour you. Blaming others for your problems is a complete waste of time. When you do that, you learn nothing. You can't grow, you can't mature. Dress like the person you want to be. You can't change other people, but you can change yourself. Don't underestimate the power of vision and direction. These are the irresistible forces able to transform what might appear to be unconquerable obstacles into traversable pathways and expanding opportunities. If you can't even clean up your own room, who the hell are you to give advice to the world? There's lots of time in your life you're not going to be happy. You want to have something meaningful. That's the boat that will take you through the storm. Do not try to rescue someone who does not want to be rescued, and be very careful about rescuing someone who does. Don't avoid something frightening if it stands in your way. A bad mood signifies something. A state of anxiety or sadness signifies something, and not likely something that will please you to discover. Dragons hoard gold because the thing you most need is always to be found where you least want to look. If you are going to fix complicated problems, you have to learn how to fix simple problems first. Get your act together, stand up in the world, make something of yourself, stay away from ideological oversimplifications, set your house in order.